そんなやったら
やめろ
Hi guys, we're back with another gameplay. Today we're going to be showing off Magellan after the release of ST10. Magellan is potentially a tier 1 deck because of the huge buff that purple got.
Yeah, and I'm running Katakuri against it. Katakuri just won its first regional and it had huge representation, so we decided to try that out.
So Magellan doesn't have a turn 1 play, so I just pass on my first turn.
I played Pudding, I played her Arrested, but I'm going to fix that. I get Kata because Kata is very helpful in this matchup, and then I pass.
And then so on 3 Dawn, I'm going to play Mino Rhinoceros, which is effectively like Parasparrow for this deck. Your opponent is always scared to swing at it because the value of getting to draw 2 and trash 1 on KO is really powerful.
Yeah, if you don't have blue to bottom deck it, you're probably just going to let it stay there.
And so my early plan is just going to be to establish bodies before I can drop 7 cost Kid.
I'm swinging 7, I check my life, and I put Parasparrow, and I play Parasparrow down, so I can have those little 5 poking for a while.
And on this turn, she's not at 7 cards, so I'm not going to play the Blocker Law. And to just use my extra Dawn, I'm going to swing 7 with Leader and then establish another Mino Rhinoceros.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I intentionally tried to stay below 7 cards because I know, and then I had the Para on the top of my deck and I knew that. Trashed the Big Mom because I barely got a chance of using her in any of our practice games because Magellan is just so oppressive Dawn-wise.
And so Magellan's able to both put on pressure with bodies relatively quickly, and it's able to throw off Katakuri's curve with Magellan character.
And Katakuri's curve is so important. If you're not going second, if you're not hitting that Katakuri on 8, Big Mom on 10, it feels so bad.
And here Magellan's getting a ramp effect off the 0 cost event. This allows me to just be a little more comfortable doing Dawn minus effects, even though my curve was already set up to play 7 cost Kid.
And then I play another Parasparrow, because Parasparrow is a pretty good card in this matchup. He's not going to kill it. And if he doesn't see 7 cost Kid, I have a chance of winning.
And here our boards are just kind of reflecting each other with the Mino Rhinoceros and the Parasparrow.
Mm-hmm.
She's attempting to go wide because that's one of the ways that you can just filter the cards out of Magellan's hand before they're able to make themselves a 6k leader.
Yes. So then he plays the Kid, unfortunately, for me, and swings 7.
And Kid is so powerful in Magellan because it just makes it so that you instantly have a 7k swing with your leader.
Yeah. That's why at the first turn when I saw Pudding, and I played Pudding and I saw 8-drop Katakuri, I instantly grabbed it. Because Katakuri usually works well, but in that case I only had 1 life, so it was not really safe for me, so I decided to try to double attack with Cracker, since I got Cracker off life, but he does counter out of it.
Yeah, one of the best things that Katakuri can do if they're safe on life is to...
Put 8-drop in life, yeah.
7-drop.
7-drop in life with 8-drop. But unfortunately, he put so much early pressure that I could not do that.
And she didn't know that I had no counter in hand, and the best swing she would have been able to do would be 6-6-8 at that point, and that wasn't going to be safe for her, so she went after the Mino Rhinoceros characters.
Yeah, because like maybe if I reduce the counter on his hand for this turn, and I managed to survive, because I think my last life is a Sanji blocker trigger, because I remember looking at it. So, like, I think I'm sort of safe.
But the consequence is that I was able to draw a lot of cards, so now I feel safe going another turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I trashed the Yamato because playing big bodies, unfortunately, was not going to help me. We had, like, 2 life combined, so it was not going to KO anything on his field anyways.
Magellan has so much hand filtration between Queen and the 0 cost event and Wire that it's just able to establish a hand full of counter, and then you're also a 6k leader. So that's one of the main advantages that it's able to get now.
So I wish I had 1 life because maybe I could dig for a Thunderbolt. I try to go for the double attack here if he doesn't have counter, but he just blocks it.
And so here I'm comfortable taking the life. I know that no matter what she's swinging at this point, I have enough counter. And so my goal is just to make her feel more comfortable going all out so that I know for sure I'm able to win on the next turn.
I didn't have another option either. I have 3 cards in hand.
Yeah, but just I know that my next turn is my last turn, so there's not a reason not to force the maximum swings. Because as soon as Sanji swings, I know there's no way that you're surviving.
I have 3 cards in hand, so I don't think anyways I'll survive.
Yeah.
And 0 life, yeah.
And then just a swing for 18, and that's the game. And so on this game, we switched up our curves, so Magellan is actually going second. And there's some advantages to going second. First, you throw Katakuri off what they want to be doing, and you're able to ramp a Dawn so that you can play Kid on your third turn.
Play Parasparrow down, same thing. If he kills Parasparrow, it's kind of good for me because I get a card. If he doesn't, I can get a little poke here and there.
Swing for 5 with leader.
I'm going to counter out because I do not want to have 7 cards in hand since he can play long curve and make me trash too.
And she had 6 cards in hand, but our setup was a little awkward, so we forgot to draw here.
Yeah, but I draw in a few seconds when I realized that I didn't.
Yeah, and it was just a 7-cost Big Mom. And then I block with Mina Koala in order to ramp a Dawn in case I see 7-cost Kid. And then swing 7 for lead, and then I'm going to play Magellan to put her back on an even curve. And if I can get another Magellan, then that's going to offset the Big Mom another turn.
Yeah, I got that Brulee. I did not know that Brulee was there because I haven't done Katakuri effect yet. I would have put it in the bottom if I could, but I couldn't. So right now I'm just going to try to apply some pressure before he can play the 7-drop Kid, as he does, and also he doesn't have blockers on the field. So I can try to put some pressure, checking my life, to make sure I can maybe get a trigger in the end of the game, but I think it's just a vanilla there.
And my board is not nearly as aggressive as last game, so she has more of an opportunity to establish and threaten me.
Yeah, I play Sanji just because blockers are pretty useful.
Luckily, though, I am able to build up a pretty significant hand, so I'm just going to start applying pressure as best I can and get some more bodies on the field.
Yeah, the life was just a Randolph that I look at it. He played the Kid that I did not want to see, and I blocked with Brulee, the 7K swing.
From here, I'm feeling pretty comfortable having a 6K leader with a ton of counter in hand. The 0-cost event is so powerful, putting me to 9,000. Because even if a Katakuri swings at me, I can just use that one card, and that results in it stopping the attack.
I'm going to swing 7 with Randolph, and then I'm going to play A-drop Katakuri to put the 7-cost Kid on his life. Randolph is the only character I can attack with this turn, so he felt really nice.
And then from here, I'm going to play the other 7-cost Kid in my hand. Pretty annoying to play those back-to-back for my opponent. So that just allows me to swing 7/7.
Yeah, if I had another Katakuri, maybe I would have a shot of regaining control of the game, but it's really hard to deal with the leader being a 6K. 8K constant swings from Kid plus whatever he had on his board. So if I can't get rid of that other Kid, I'm pretty much fucked. So he still has 2 lives. I can try to go for game, but he has, I think, 8 cards in hand or 7 cards in hand. So I'm just gonna try to reestablish myself with a life. I believe I play Yamato this turn.
Yeah, and here I know once she uses her 1 Dawn to swing with the leader that she's about to play Yamato. So I feel comfortable just taking this life because I know that my life isn't going to be pressured anymore.
Yeah, I couldn't pressure enough that turn. I was hoping that maybe I can survive. I have 2 life and do a final push next turn. But it's going to be up to whatever he plays.
And here I'm feeling pretty comfortable knowing that I can play Kaido on my next turn. And I asked her how many cards in hand, and it was 7, which is perfect number to play Law. These cards were not particularly good hits out of the hand, but I still got to establish a blocker.
That wire is really annoying. And yellow still does not have very efficient removal other than Thunderbolt that trashes your life. So when I see 2 blockers coming down, I do not have them any hopes, I must say.
And Wire just gets to stick to the board and filter my hand throughout the game.
Yeah, so I knew even if he didn't have a counter in hand, he would get a counter.
And so then I'm swinging 8 and then 7. And I discarded a 0-cost event from my hand because I have another one, and I know the card that I'll be discarding is my life.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to apply as much pressure as I can. Because I'm not surviving next turn, I have one card in hand that is a non-counter. And one life that I know it's a pudding. So I really had to push this turn. I play Linland hoping he would trash his life so I could do a push and maybe go through the blockers.
I choose to trash the life because I know that I'm going to be safe on this turn. Between the 0-cost event, Hell's Judgment, and 2 blockers on the field, there's no way that she's going to be able to get through my defense. Hell's Judgment is actually able to stop 2 attacks here by making those both 5Ks, and my leader 6K will not be swung out.
Yeah, it's very annoying.
And then I'm also able to filter a card with Wire. It's just a king. And now I know that I'm winning here. I'm just going to remove the Sanji blocker with Kaido for a little bit of an overkill. And then swing. And there's not much that she can do with 1 card in hand and no life.
Yeah, that was just an impossible win there for me.
And so that's the game. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.